You're gonna fly away, glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising
All right.
together.
Okay, so we are live. Welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Bill Panoff, CEO of Porthole Cruise Magazine. The crowd goes wild.
Oh, what an intro. That was so nice. Thank you.
So, Bill, I have known Bill for a couple years. We have the same area. We are in the same area. We love the same. Yeah, I mean, Delray, we just love it here. It's a great, great town. And I have had the pleasure of knowing him pretty well. So I'm excited to introduce all my people to you, Bill, because you are one of the men that has your finger on the pulse of the cruise industry. And, you know, you have not only education and business that goes forward with cruising, but you've actually worked on cruise ships. I mean, you've done it all right from the beginning, like working on board, developing a business about cruise ships, and you have a business with PPI that has port and shopping lectures. I actually want to talk to you about that too. That's very interesting to me. So first of all, welcome to our show, Shelby Live.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thank you. We'd love to know a little bit about you, Bill, and how you got started with this cruise industry. Tell me, who have you recently interviewed that was very impactful?
I mean, everyone I've interviewed actually has something to contribute to the experience. I mean, from Arnold Donald, the CEO of Carnival Corporation, to Harry Summers, the president of Norwegian Cruise Line, to the folks at AMA Waterways. I mean, you name it, we've interviewed them, and there's many more to come. We're interviewing this week Jan Schwartz, the president of Princess Cruises.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a great vehicle for us to experience, and for them to experience and tell us about what's happening in cruising, because the industry is growing.
Yeah.
And the future will be bright. It will be a little bit different as a cruise experience than it is now, but it'll be very bright. But to find out what's really happening in cruising, porthole.com is updated multiple times during the day with the most up-to-date information on cruising. So if you really want to know what's happening in this industry, porthole.com is the place to be 100%.
Absolutely. I highly, highly recommend it. They are, like I said, their thumb is on the pulse of cruising, and it's not fluff pieces. So for me, my time is super valuable. I mean,
Sure.
I'm a mover and a shaker. I've got my hands in a lot of pots, and I just don't have time for fluffy articles. I want to know the meat and potatoes, and you really give me that. So thank you very much in your team. I certainly use it as a resource, and I share a lot of what you guys write, and it's a reputable magazine that's been around for now how many years?
Oh, over 25 years we've been published. Yeah. We started as a little black and white publication. I wish I had a copy of what it used to look like, and now it's this four-color dynamic publication that is read by everyone and anyone who wants to know about cruising.
Yeah, and they can get digital and hard copy. I know a lot of people want digital, but actually I was waiting for the new, in January, you can get digital and hard copies. I want the hard copies, of course, because I like to use it as a resource in addition to the digital, but you can do either, and it is so economical, so porthole.com. So that's really important, and we'll remind everybody at the end. Something else that I really wanted to talk about that is exciting. Myself, actually, as an influencer, I'm going to be launching a Get Paid to Travel. I know so many people that kind of will have their toes dipped into travel, and they bring groups of people. I'm about to teach them how to bring groups of people and get their travel paid for. So stay tuned for that. That's exciting. Yeah. We also have a piece that's going to be doing training for how to work on board a cruise ship. So my husband and I worked on board. As I mentioned, it was the Love Boat. My husband actually worked on the Love Boat, the Pacific Princess.
Oh, wow.
Back when it was just about ready for the scrapyard. But but the Pacific Princess, most of my colleagues that worked on Princess just loved that ship to the very end, because it was I think it was about 800 people on that ship, if I'm not mistaken. And just that community and that camaraderie and that kind of cruising experience is just so unique. But anyway, so Pacific Princess, my husband and I actually worked on board, and the Love Boat, made it happen. So it's really near and dear to our hearts. But working on board was a big deal, and I think there's a lot of people that would love to. I'm sure you have heard a million times how many people go, oh, I was going to do that. But they don't understand what goes into it. So we're going to explain to them the rigors and the expectations, and also the accommodations and how they are different, from crew to staff to officer status and what that means. But we also know that you have been employing, in my opinion, one of the best positions on the ship that you could possibly have. What we call the port and shopping lecture. I think you have a different word for it now, but tell me a little bit about that, because that's exciting. Like, that's an actual way to work on board, make money, and be around all the great stuff to buy, and that's just great.
Sure. So one of the most important elements of your cruise is shopping, obviously. In the ports of call, you want to buy something from St. Thomas or St. Martin or Jamaica as a memory of your cruise vacation. And people are a little hesitant to shop in stores they don't know. They're worried that, I'm here only for a day. Am I going to be taken advantage of? What should I buy? Is it a diamond, really a diamond? So we created a program from scratch called Port Shopping. We essentially have shopping concierges that live on board each cruise ship, and they are there to advise the guests where to shop in the ports of call. The stores that we promote to the guests have been vetted for quality, for price comparisons, et cetera, and they will shop with total confidence, knowing that they buy something that is preferred by the cruise line.
Right, they'll get the best deal.
It works out very, very well.
They'll get the best quality, and then also these people are very educated about the port in general. I mean, usually I'll go to the port shopping lecture if I have a question on where something's located in the port area, because they're very well educated on the whole entire pier and where to go.
Yes, not only the port, not only the shops, which is a big part of it, obviously, how to get to town, taxi fares, the lay of the land, the geography, best beaches. We are essentially, concierge, but we know everything inside and out about the ports of call. It's like having Google on board. Yeah. Essentially.
And it's a wonderful position on board, because, I was one of the few Americans that worked in the cruise directors team at that time. And I think it is a lot of work. I mean, the days are long. It is not for everyone. You really have to have like a serious passion about people, about your job. And the lifestyle is a real bonus. It's a fun lifestyle. It really, some of the most fun I've ever had in my life was on ships. I'm sure you could agree. And we want a couple funny stories before we end. But it's definitely a whole different world. And I would only say it was extraordinarily positive. Yes, it was hard work, but extraordinarily positive. And to be surrounded by that kind of people, the energy level, the vibrational level of the crew is so fun and so exciting. And you're waking up somewhere new every day. And the kind of people that work on ships are the kind of people that want to be on ships. So it's just a fabulous work. It's a fabulous opportunity. And so you actually hire and train and employ these shopping lecturers on board, who they used to have their own room. Do they still have their own cabin, or do they share?
They still have their own cabin, and they're treated very, very well. And they get to travel, and they get paid to travel, and they get to go to these exotic ports. Apart from the Caribbean, Europe, we have programs there. We have programs in Alaska. So wherever the ships touch, we generally have shopping programs. So it's a great opportunity for singles, for couples, for married people, whatever. If you're looking to be on a cruise ship, to make money and to save money, because you have virtually no expenses while you're on board.
That's the thing.
So it's a great opportunity.
It really is. I told everybody, I went to college, I went to University of Massachusetts, but we were not in fact, we didn't have much money at all, my family. So I had never been anywhere. And so even though I had a college degree, I knew that I needed to figure out a way to get paid to travel, which is what ended up bringing me on cruise ships. But it's one of these expectations where they say, oh, well, how much money do you make? And when you tell them what your salary was, it might not be that impressive, but you have no expenses. I mean, people do not realize insurance. I mean, let's just stop there. Insurance, that's enough, right? You don't need to have insurance, which is incredible. A car payment, you don't have a house payment. I mean, really, you can sock every single dollar away. And that's how I was able to move to Del Rey, actually. I'm from Mass, and I went on ships right after university, practically. And then I was done with ships. I did about 8 years, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to end up alone forever here. I want a dog and I want a family. And the dog was really the deal breaker. really wanted a dog.
Funny.
And so I was able to, within 2 years, it only took me two years. I think I did 3 or 4 contracts, and at the end, and I just saved. I didn't spend anything in the last couple contracts, and I was able to get my own condo. I had a down payment. When I walked off the ship, I mean, not many single women can say that they socked away enough to buy their own condo within a period of like a year and a half, you know? So, and
Yeah,
I
no,
had fun, I had fun doing it. So it is an incredible opportunity. So if you are interested, I can always hook you up with Bill and connect you if you are serious about when everything gets back and going. He has an incredible program.
We're always hiring. We're always looking
Yeah.
for talented, engaging personalities who love the cruise and love sales and have personal public speaking experience, etc.
Yeah, I think we can definitely bridge the gap and help you out there, because what a great opportunity to give someone. Boy, if I wasn't married with kids and a dog here, I'd be like, Bill, hire me, I'm ready.
bring your dog and bring your kids.
Maybe we will. Who knows? The world's changing. Everything's virtual. So before, I know you're so busy, and I'm so grateful that you gave me this time.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Appreciate it. So please, like, everybody that's watching, I want you to like and comment so we know that, we can get this thing moving on Facebook. All of your likes and comments help so much with the algorithm. So, and I would really suggest that you guys, whatever social platform, this will be on all our social platforms, but if you gravitate towards Facebook or IG or LinkedIn, to follow Porthole Cruise Magazine, because you'll see some of those incredible live interviews that Bill does himself. I mean, he's actually interviewing the CEOs of all the major cruise lines, getting the real feedback. I know he talked to the CEO of the COO of MSC right after the successful cruise.
Ken Muscat. It was a great interview about MSC was one of the first cruise lines to launch a ship in Europe, and did it very successfully, COVID-free, and now they're on their next cruise. So they've come up with a formula that seems to be a model for the industry.
Yeah, it does. And we're so excited to start cruising again, of course, in Caribbean out of Florida. We're right now, we still have a cruise, Travel.Fun, the company that I'm affiliated with right now, is going out November 4th on Virgin Voyages. So we'll see. We're crossing our fingers, and we'll see if that one goes out. If it does, we'll let you know how it goes. So we talked about the fact that both you and I, learned about cruising from the Love Boat. So before I let you go, I want to show a couple fun pictures of us in our heyday and our past. So I'm going to share my screen here and see if we can show this great photo. So I don't know if you can see this, Bill, but we can see you.
Who is that?
That's you. When do you think that was?
Goodness.
Tell me what era that was, Cirque when?
Oh, that must have been in my late 20s.
Oh, it's such a great photo.
That was the first time I was a cruise director. The ship was I believe it was the Festival, the TSS Festival, or the Mardi Gras, the TSS Mardi Gras. One of the two, but that's what I look like then. What happened, right? That's the question.
Oh, you're still handsome. And this is Porthole Cruise Magazine. This is one of the covers. Like that's one of the things I wanted to show. And then I did want to mention that this is me. I was jumping. So there was me
there you go.
all the cruise director staff had to get on deck. This is an old picture, of course, but that's me on Princess, nice. Going back. I just love it. Do you have any funny stories that one funny story that you'd like to share from cruise ships that sort of always tickles you, that you like to share with the people?
One thing that comes up over and over again, because many cruise guests who have never been on a ship, have trouble acclimating. This is a ship and there's all these crew on board, and what do they do at night and where do they go? So I used to get like a lot of funny questions about what's it like to work on a cruise ship. One question that came up repeatedly was people used to ask me if the busboys and waiters slept on the ship. And I would say, no, of course not. We lowered the lifeboats at night. We sent them home, and they came back in the morning. But they would answer you these questions with a straight face. Honestly,
I know. There was a lot of funny questions on ships. I remember when they used to ask me, like, where does the elevators go front and back? And
did the stairs go up and down?
Right. And frankly, they're probably coming up with elevators that go front and back now.
Probably. Yeah, probably. You're right.
Or when they said, how do you get the power? And I know one of the cruise directors said, we just have, we have a long extension cord.
Yeah, just All the way to the island. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have so many funny memories of cruise ships. I have a lot of them on Shelby Crazy Cruise Ships page. I had to put a page together because I forget how crazy things are. Sometimes when you're in the industry, it doesn't even like make you flinch. You're like, oh yeah, that was a little bit, that's just another day in the life, you know? You don't even realize. But what an incredible experience. And I honor you for continuing to produce such really valuable content for people that love cruising. And we can't wait to get back. I know right now November is the opening time currently for the US. We'll see if that continues or pushes back. What do you expect for 2021? Like, is the outlook bright? What are your feelings?
I think by 2021, most of the cruise lines will be coming back, you know, with their ships. Maybe not the entire fleet, but a good majority of it. And cruising, the love of cruising, and to be on a boat in the middle of the ocean with this amazing crew, going to these ports of call. I mean, there's no other more affordable vacation out there. Everything is included: the entertainment, the activities, the food. It's the best value for your money.
It sure is.
People are addicted. People cruise over and over and over again. It gets in your blood. It's just, it becomes part of you. And I can't wait I'm going to be on one of the first ships, I promise you, because I'm very, very homesick.
I'll try to beat you.
Okay.
We'll see who's going to get on first, Bill.
Maybe we'll go together.
It's a competition.
Okay.
Well, it has just been a delight. I appreciate your time so much. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Porthole.com is where you're going to find that subscription button, and you can follow them on Porthole Cruise Magazine on all the social apps. So, or message me if you have questions. I'm Shelby. You're fabulous. Thank you, Bill Panoff. We'll see you soon.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye for now.
Happy cruising. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
You're gonna fly away, glad you're going